to Sway TV. I'm your host JJ here on Amazon Live, and I'm so excited!
We're gonna have some fun on the street.
And we're doing Workout Wednesdays here on Amazon Live.
And she is fresh off the set of Shark Tank.
It's such an honor to be here today, so thank you.
We are going to be talking all about parenting.
This is our tribe of women. What is the key to a successful business?
I am so excited for today's Battle Shop Live. And it's Brad Grunberg. Hi, Brad. What more could you want than the Self-Love Workbook?
Thank God you were on this show.
Rosalinda just said this is better than Netflix.
Oh, Naveen says this is better than Netflix. There's a Tesla. You can actually buy a car on Amazon. That is so crazy. The perfect gift. Yes, we got our Drake's Cake break.
David is live streaming. We got it right up in the corner. I love this.
Oh, that feels so good.
Oh my God, that is the coolest thing ever.
So awesome.
Shake, shake, shake.
Shake your zoo life.
This is fun.
Amazon Live, woo!
And one person's gonna win a PS5. Which one will it be?
Here we go. I'm so excited. I can't even stand it.
And Sam's in the chat says, Sway TV rocks, woo! One of the best comments I've ever received, ever, hands down. Drum roll, please. Dun, dun, dun.
2, 1.
All the time streaming live. We're sharing great products. We're doing great interviews and amazing giveaways.
Amazon, we love you, Amazon. So grateful for you guys and for Sway TV.
I've had such a great time with all of you.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway.
Hey everyone, welcome to Sway TV. I'm your host, Kimmy Seltzer, and we are live here at the Kimmy's Love Hub. I'm so excited to bring you this weekly show here on Amazon Live. And if you are new here, this is a show about dating, relating, possibly mating, but most of all, love. And that actually pertains to you, because when you love you, that's when other people will too. And I just want to see who's here. Welcome everybody. If you are here, say hello. I see people coming in. If you know me, say hello. For those of you who don't know me, I am a confidence therapist, a dating strategist, and an image consultant. So I have a holistic approach in helping you look and feel your best so you attract what you want. And I actually have a unique approach. I work from the outside and then I go inward, because to me, there's a symbiotic relationship between the outer and inner when it comes to confidence. And when you look and feel your best, that's when you attract more love, more things in your life. And that is why this platform here on Amazon Live with Sway TV is a dream for me, because I get to bring you dating advice combined with shopping. I mean, how awesome is this? So hello. Oh my gosh, I see so many people here, Sharon and Josh, and oh my God, this is so great. And can I just say, I want to applaud, so many men have been chiming into the show. This is the only third show that I've done, and I just want to applaud you men, right? Because, you know, originally I was told, oh, mostly women, you know, come on here and they watch, and I'm like, no, you know, this stuff is for men too. And by the way, I do have products for you men too that I'm going to be sharing with you. And secretly, I think men want to know more about style, more about what to wear and how to look good for you ladies than anybody, because they don't sit on a Sunday afternoon and talk to their guy friends on this kind of stuff. We as girls, we do. But so I encourage all you men, and bring your bro friends. Last week we were talking about of course it was Galentine's Day. But then somebody had told me that there's something called Guyentine's Day, which I thought was really funny. So we were kind of voting last week a better name for that because I just have a problem with that name. So I think we came up with Ladentine. That's, I think, where we landed because some Australian guy came up with it while we were here. So anyway, hello. So, because yeah, like we have Josh. Oh, Karen, good to see you. Allie, I know you're here. Okay, so I am so excited about this show today because I have a surprise for all of you. This is going to be a little bit different. I mean, I've been a talking head for 2 weeks straight, and although I love talking, and those of you who've seen me talk, I could talk. At first when they're like, oh, just do a 2-hour show, I'm like, that's it, just 2 hours, that's all I got. But it's so much more fun to bring people in, and I will be doing that periodically, and I have some very special guests today. But first, I want to talk about the topic as we kind of set the tone for tonight. And the topic is, do you give good Zoom? Do you give good Zoom? Do you know what I mean by that? Meaning, how are you on a video date? Because this is the new thing. So those of you who are dating right now, you realize and recognize things look really different, right? Gone are the days where, you know, you just swipe and meet. We are in a time where, and I have to say, there's been a beautiful thing that has come out of our ability to just kind of slow down, is that there's something called a slow approach to love these days. And with that, there has been more of a progression that's happened in order to even meet people, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think when this first hit, everyone was trying to figure it out, and in fact, a lot of people shut down their dating life and their love life. If that is you, like if you're here and you're like, okay, I shut down my dating life, I'm just waiting for this pandemic to be over, then I'll get back to dating. Like if that was you, let me know if that was you, because that was probably something that most people did, but here's the thing, right? Like we're almost coming on that, oh my, I can't believe this, year mark when the pandemic first hit and everyone started shutting down. And here's the thing, I got news for you, and this is something not just me saying this, but like a lot of us experts in the love industry are saying, is that this slow approach to dating is here to stay. And so what if you use this time to really get a handle on how to make connections in this kind of slow approach way to like work on things that maybe were hard for you even before the pandemic hit. And this is what I'm seeing with a lot of my clients. You know, like I had a client who, when I first started coaching with her, she said, you know, Kim, I think I'll coach with you when the pandemic's over. I said, okay, well, that's fine. I'm here, but what are you struggling with? And she said, well, quite honestly, I've never been a good first dater. And then what seems to happen is I keep attracting unavailable men. So this was her pattern. And I said, I have news for you. I said, you can wait until this pandemic is over, but what if you use this time to learn how to emotionally connect with someone in the comfort of your own home, so that when this whole thing is over, that you're even better than you were before. And she kind of paused. She's like, well, how do I do that? I said, well, let me show you the way. And so this is the way that I'm going to show you tonight right here on Sway TV. Hello, if you're just joining us. And by the way, if this is your first time joining, I want to remind you that please, please, please click follow. This is really important, especially for tonight. So on your video screen, you'll see the follow button. If you are on actually a mobile, I couldn't find this at first. You have to push the video and then the follow button will pop up. Click it because that's going to allow you a couple things. Number one, it's going to allow you to chat. Oh, Deirdre, hi, hello. See, like Deirdre just said, hello, everyone, with a smiley face. You can chat with me. Please, I love chatting because I get really lonely here in the studio, although Andy's fantastic over here, my producer. We get lonely. We want to hear from you. We want to, like, also have you be part of the show. The other thing that it's going to allow you to do is to enter many giveaways that we do here on Sway TV. I do some giveaways. There's a big giveaway going on right now. You get a chance to win a PS5. I'm just saying, I'm not doing the draw for that tonight, but please stay on the stations, watch my show, because you never know when I'm going to do a giveaway. It's going to be kind of the element of surprise. And the people who come and follow me week after week, you will be rewarded with those giveaways. So definitely make sure. And if you just said that you're following me, say hello and make sure you enter your name so I can say hi to you. Oh, love winning stuff for free, right? Like, who doesn't? Golf and Fingal. I don't know your real name, so you must like golf. I'm just guessing, or maybe that's your last name. So, I just want to say that, the topic tonight is really kind of fun because another thing that has been happening lately, and I don't know about you, but depending on where you live in the world. Now, I'm very lucky I live in sunny California. However, I am from Chicago, and I remember February being a really hard month. Even like on top of it, we've had really crazy weather all over the world, really. And not only that, it's post Valentine's Day. We're like in between, that coming off the high of the holidays and Valentine's, and then it's not quite spring yet. And I think that also affects our moods. It affects the way that we're even approaching dating. And I know a lot of people even took a hiatus during the month of February. Who took a hiatus during the month of February? Like, I can't see you raising your hand, so say hello. Hey. Oh, hey, Michael. See, I love all these guys chiming in. Lori, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. Hi. Yeah, so I want to re-energize you with what we're going to be doing tonight. And so going back to what I was talking about before, this slow approach to dating, what is happening is that we are being more intentional. We are being more intentional in the way that we connect with people, who we even pick to have a conversation with, and who the heck we meet out these days, right? Because we are being more careful, and with that, we're getting to know people before we meet them out. So I started out with a question: is who gives good Zoom? Like, are you a good dater online? Are you a good dater in your video dates? And if that's something that seems daunting, you haven't tried yet, you're thinking about it, then this show is going to be for you, because I am about to bring in a couple of daters, and we're going to watch them date right in front of everyone. Now, before I bring them on, I just want to kind of set the tone here. So after the date, we're going to have a discussion. That's why make sure you click the follow button, because you're going to be able to vote on their date. So definitely make sure that you're able to, chime in as we watch these beautiful people come on camera and be vulnerable to the process. The other thing that is going to happen is that we're going to have, after a discussion, I want to go over some tips on how to really progress on a Zoom date, from getting date ready to what do you do on the date to prepare, and then even on the date, what are some tips that you can do so that you get to even the second date, or even a social distance date, which I'm happy to say a lot of people are doing now that things are starting to open up again. And so please stay on the entire time. It's not just, having them come on the date. I have a lot of products that I want to share with you. Amazon is a one-stop shop. Okay, it has everything from helping you get date ready, feeling fabulous, even some mechanics and things that you should think about being camera ready. And even when you're in the camera, what you should be doing. And there's also some, great products for that. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on these great, fantastic people. Now, just a little context of who they are. I know both of them, but independent from one another. They do not know each other. They did say hi right before we came on. That's all they did. And we were just kind of talking about little bit about nothing, and the lighting and the sound. So they don't really know each other. I wanted to keep this organic. The other thing is, I did not tell them what to talk about. I did not prepare them at all on what to do, what to say. So what you're about to see is what they would probably do just on a natural Zoom date, right? So afterwards, we'll have a good conversation about what worked, what didn't work, and all that jazz. So yeah, Andy, you could bring on the daters. I wish we had a drum roll. Welcome, Michael and Allie. It's so good to have you here. Oh my God, we do have a drum roll.
Feels so important now.
I know. See, this is the beauty of being in a studio here at Sway TV. It's so kick-ass. Okay, so I love that you guys came on here. Thank you so much for being here. And I just feel like you're going to help so many others also, because I know this is a really nerve-wracking thing. A lot of people aren't even used to being on camera. And in some ways, Michael, I know that you are like in your business, but that's different than when you're on a date, right? So
it's true.
This is true. Like, here's the other thing, like there's no script, there's no like identity of your work self. This is just you. And sometimes that can be really nerve-wracking. So I'm going to be off camera while you guys are going to be on a date. And so are you guys ready?
Ready as we'll ever be, Kim.
Exactly. No time like the present. Okay. Oh, Deirdre says, Allie, you look gorgeous. We have some friends on here. So
Deirdre.
All right, so Andy, you can get rid of me and let's focus on these beautiful daters. And ready, set, and go.
Hey.
All right, Michael. Hey.
Hey, Allie. Michael, nice to meet you, finally.
To meet you too. I want you to know that the next time we talk, I expect a drum roll when I come in.
Okay, noted. Yes, that way we can level up next time. It won't only be a drum
roll.
roll.
On band next time.
You're reading my mind, Allie. That's exactly what's going to happen next time we get together. There'll be drums. There'll be a band.
I want a Mardi Gras parade down the street as I walk in.
Okay, got it. Drums, music, alcohol, all together in one. Yeah, I knew it. Say it one more time.
Beignets.
Beignets, yeah. Oh gosh, we gotta get the beignets.
Okay, planned. That's it.
That's it. Allie, I've never actually had a beignet.
You've never had a beignet? Okay, that's going to change.
Okay, good. Thank goodness.
It'll change your life, I promise. It'll change your life 100%.
Okay, good. I need a life change. And it sounds like beignets is the method for that.
That's the way to go. It'll completely take you out of pandemic once you bite into a beignet.
Cool. Awesome.
Life changed over. You're going to want to move to the South.
Yeah. Or the Mid-South.
You know.
Yeah.
Houston is, when it's not
South.
12 degrees, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Yeah. So, how has your experience been the past couple of days? Like, are you okay? Are you living?
I want you to know, Michael, I actually went somewhere else to shower to be here tonight for you.
Well, thank you for showering. I'm happy that you got a shower in. I hope you did it for yourself as much as you did it for me.
Oh, absolutely not. 100% you.
Oh, stop
100%.
it. Allie, you're embarrassing me. You're embarrassing me. But you look lovely.
Who needs to shower? Only, this is it.
Yeah, I mean, if I can't accept you as you a week without showering, then how am I supposed to accept you in general?
You're right. I shouldn't have showered.
Yeah, you just show up 100% you 100% of the time.
Hair up in a towel, just hanging out.
Yeah, well, that's like, now that's very late. That's very, I don't want to say lazy. That's very relaxed. I'm with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next time, I'm going to remember.
Yeah, I'll also wear a towel. We'll have to get matching towels too.
Yes, absolutely. So, Amazon it.
Oh yeah, we'll get it on Amazon. It'll probably be in the description below here.
Right.
Yeah, we'll put it in product placement.
Exactly. Right here, guys.
Yeah, exactly. I wish. Yeah, one day we'll have we'll be going on a date.
Take care of that, right? Product placement right here. Amazon towels.
Yeah, we'll be going on a date. We'll just have like the product placement going across. It's like the Truman Show, but real life.
In real life. Yeah. As we're having dinner, just on the table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like IKEA, but the next level. It's like IKEA on top of it because we're just,
Yes.
it's like you actually live in IKEA and everything can be purchased.
100%. I'm in. How is that not the best way to live?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess we've all been living without this for so long. It's one of those things you didn't know that you needed, you know,
Till this moment.
until this moment. Like until I found out that I need to get better at Zooming, I didn't know.
You had to learn how good you Zoom.
That's it. How good you Zoom. What do you?
I have to
So,
say, Michael,
Allie,
you Zoom pretty well.
Allie, you Zoom pretty well too. But tell me, I'd love to learn a little bit more about just like your life. Like, what do you do? What do
Absolutely.
I see that you wear cool clothes. You have an embroidery
That's
machine.
all I do. That's what
all
I
you-
do. I will wear cool clothes and I embroider.
What?
No, I work in a nursery, Michael. So I'm with little kids
Oh.
all day.
Love that.
So I can tell you the plot to every Disney movie for the last 50 years.
Is that a challenge or a
do.
promise or?
Oh, that's both.
Okay, love it. Yeah.
We're going to have a Disney music off. That's it.
Okay. Disney musical. Do you sing? Do you play music?
I love to sing.
Oh my
What
goodness,
about
me
you,
too.
Michael? What about you? You love to sing?
I love to sing. Yeah, I
Okay,
love
it
to
was
sing, play
meant to be.
music. Yeah.
What do you play?
I play guitar and
Oh,
piano.
I'm jealous. I tried to play guitar. I never could get it. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm not coordinated enough.
Well, I'm sure you could. You could learn it. But it's just like, do you want to commit to like doing it? Like maybe?
You don't know my level of coordination, Michael. See,
I
my level
don't.
of coordination is I push the button and then it does everything on its own.
Okay.
That's my level of coordination. So if they
Okay,
had the
good.
automatic guitar where I could push
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
and then it did it all by itself, that's the level of
Yeah, like,
commitment I'm willing to make.
More like Guitar Hero level, right?
I'm not even sure I could Guitar Hero.
Okay. Well, we'll pass. We'll pass on the Guitar Hero. We'll pass on the
just
learning the
move that
guitar.
to the side.
You'll sing. I'll play the guitar. It'll be
Awesome.
amazing.
Awesome. What about you, Michael? What do you do?
Yeah, so I do digital marketing coaching and help basically solopreneurs and coaches take their business online and then get clients. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Half those words were,
Yeah.
but
that's
I'm
fine.
pretty sure.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't
I
even
knew
matter.
the word
Nobody cares.
printers.
Say it again.
I knew the word printers.
Yeah, printers. Yeah, I don't remember saying printers, but maybe it didn't get communicated over there.
Didn't hear you.
That's okay. But
Okay.
just relating with you, I worked at a daycare when I was younger, and it was a great time. Love working with children. I was like
Absolutely.
yeah.
It's a surprise every day.
Yeah. I mean, do you
Never
have any?
know.
What's like the age? I don't know how old is like a nursery children.
So I have kids from 6 weeks all the way up to 3 years.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, that's the prime time of
absolutely.
childhood to toddlership, I guess.
For me to teach their kids all the things that their parents don't want them to know.
Oh my goodness.
So that
Like
their
what?
first word can be Allie instead of mom.
Has this happened? It
Not
sounds
yet,
like
but I'm waiting for it to happen.
you're working on it. You're like
Allie.
Allie. Yeah,
Allie.
that's great.
You want your bottle? Allie. See?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if it could have been my first words, it would have been great. But it didn't happen. It just didn't slide that way.
Happen? You weren't working hard enough.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I didn't get enough Allies as nursery care, wonderful people in my life.
So what do we think? What should we do next time?
What should we do next time? Well, if we're doing another Zoom date, then it might be fun to do some kind of like game or like competition or something on the
you competitive?
interwebs. Not particularly, just in like a fun way.
Oh no.
You're competitive. All right, perfect. So you can beat me in each game, and you'll like
Okay.
you'll feel that sense of accomplishment from
That
victory.
satisfaction of winning.
And I'll be like, and I'll just cheer you on and be like, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you
100%.
totally beat me. I'm really upset about it. Like, I'll snap my fingers.
I can handle that. I can be that person.
Cool. Yeah, perfect. There's a perfect connection right there. You can be the victor. I'll hang and I'll be happy I participated.
What type of games do you like, Michael?
Oh geez. See, I brought up this topic, but I don't actually have a good
Got
thing to go
nothing?
to. No, let's see. What are some good games? I mean, there's a game I haven't played in a hot minute called Clue. Haven't played Clue in a minute. Yeah, Clue is super fun. Oh, to be honest, Allie, I've been playing a lot of chess online with like a friend from college. We've had like a couple games go back and forth. Have you ever? But what about you? What kind of games?
I'm okay at chess. I'm okay at
I'm
chess.
not good at
I'm not an
chess.
expert.
I'm not. Yeah,
I am like, I know the pieces. So
off to a start. That's for sure.
I know how they move, but that's about it. I did see that new show, Queen's Gambit. So, I mean, honestly, I'm an expert at this point.
How was that show? Because I actually didn't watch it, but how is it? Was it good?
It was really good. It was really good. But you have to be in the right mindset for it.
Yeah, what's the vibe? What's the mood of it? Is it
It's a
sad?
little darker. It's
darker.
pretty dark.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you have to be in the mood for it for sure.
Be in the right mindset for it. It's pretty dark, but you know, it was really good though.
Yeah, good. Good. What about you? What games do you like to play? If we had to play a game.
I do like word games, like Taboo. And what is that game where you have to like name things with the same letter? Have you played that one?
I know what you're talking about. Oh wait, like so you say a word and then you have to start the word with the ending letter.
Good too. That one's
Which
good
one are
too.
you talking about?
So there's a game that we all used to play that you have cards and like you have to, it's categories and you have to name things with the same letter. I don't even know, but it's fun.
Okay.
Word games, Michael. That's my thing.
Okay, I'm down.
Obviously, I'm really good with words, you know, as I don't know the name to anything.
You know, Allie, I could tell. You know, I didn't want to say anything.
As long as it's on a 3-year-old level, my word games are on point.
I mean, honestly, that's pretty much all you need. Like 3 years old, beyond that, schooling wise, waste of time.
Honestly, truly, once you get past knowing your colors and your count to 10, what more do you need in life?
Nothing. You're right, Allie. That's it. That's all you need.
Learn everything else from Disney.
Yeah. Like you can lift your house up in the sky. The earth is going to be a wasteland. You know, the whole thing, the whole gambit, you know, it's just that's it.
Your prince will come. Don't take food from strangers. Don't touch pokey things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very good lesson to take away from Sleeping
What else
Beauty.
do you need to know?
Honestly,
I feel like that's my entire life education. And after college, I still learned everything from Disney.
Yeah. Well,
don't touch pokey things. That has served me so well.
Yeah, that's good. I'm surprised that it took until college to learn that, but yeah.
I didn't see Sleeping Beauty enough, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. What, yeah. Okay, now we got the games. What kind of food, let's talk about some foods because it's one of those things you need to eat. And
okay, but I'm from Texas, Michael, so that Tex-Mex food is where it's at.
Okay. What's your favorite Tex-Mex dish? I like over here in California, I've been a fan of the burritos.
Okay, I'm like a crispy taco girl, nachos.
Mm-hmm.
If it's got some kick to
nachos.
it, I love that kick to it. Put some salsa or some jalapenos on there, and that's where it's at.
Do you like you like spicy food? Because I like
spicy
spicy food a lot.
Oh, okay. See, we got this going on now.
Spicy, just like your red shirt.
My red shirt, my red hair.
Yeah.
Got to keep it going on.
You seem very
that's so
spicy.
you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, you could tell. You
have to know that you're going in for something spicy.
Allie, as soon as I laid my eyes on you, I knew that you were going to be a spicy one.
I had to warn you.
And I'm okay with it.
I appreciate that.
Just you exactly as you are.
See, I saw that chandelier in the background. I was like, okay, he's fancy. He's fancy.
Class.
Full on class.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, this is the fanciest date I've been on in a while.
This is actually the first date I've ever been on where there's a chandelier.
Wow, me too.
Yeah. Well, I'm blown away. I didn't even realize that until right now.
I am so grateful. This is like super fancy. I feel like I should have like a champagne glass, like the small little ones.
Yeah, that should probably be the next date as well. We have like a little food together.
Absolutely.
Some wine, charcuterie board. Yeah, exactly. Some cheese, some like smoked meats.
Really nice. I'll have like the Great Gatsby feather in my hair and everything.
I will buy a suit. And then we can listen to very snobby music.
Oh, absolutely. I'm in.
Yeah. Okay. Done. I mean, I guess we'll just have to schedule that at a time.
Google snobby music. Like, does it come up?
I bet that there's a Spotify playlist of it already. I feel, want to hear a funny story is that
absolutely.
I was having Thai food with a friend and we ordered Thai food and it's a friend I make music with and we ordered some Thai food because we're taking a little break and, we have like a Google Home in our house. And so I was like, hey, Google, play Thai restaurant music. And I was like, just because I imagine let me try. And I kid you not, it played you exactly what I imagined.
Stop. Oh my god.
Because have you ever been in like a Thai restaurant or a Chinese restaurant?
Thai restaurant like once.
Yeah, well, I feel like you hear it more in like a sushi place. Have you been to sushi?
I have been to a couple sushi places.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's just like this Asian style music, but I feel like it's the same at every single restaurant that I go to. There's always this there's a vibe. It's a definite vibe. But so it was we
don't have Google Homes. We have the ALEXAs in our house, but we have a friend with the exact same name. So whenever we talk about her and talk about things that are going on with her, we had to rename her to Banana.
Wow.
So we talk about our friend Banana a lot so that our ALEXASs don't go off.
Yeah, wait, I want to make sure I understand. So you're saying that you have a friend named ALEXA and you have obviously in-home unit named the same, but so you call your friend Banana.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. She seems a little slippery, but I like it.
She's going to have to, come up with her comedic routine pretty soon. Got the cane and the top hat.
Oh, really?
With her banana slipping routine.
Mm-hmm.
Full on singing in the rain.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's like a whole production. I love this kind of like big production vibe that you're giving off, Allie. It's like we're going to have a band.
Stuff like that.
We're gonna have the Mardi Gras parade, and now we're gonna have a dancing.
It's always a production. Lovely. It's a party with me.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, a spicy party for sure.
Spicy party.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that sounds really fun. And I definitely think that, that's it. That sounds fun. And so you work at the nursery. It's going real well. What do you do with the rest of the time? Sometimes you watch Disney, got that. What
Watch
else?
Disney?
What else is cooking in your world?
We watch a lot of musicals in our house.
Okay, I love
That's
that. What?
the Music Man and the singing and the old school stuff though.
Okay.
Like the Gene Autry stuff.
Okay, Gene Autry. I'm not. What is that? What are name some of the things from there? Because Gene Autry lost me. I thought I knew musicals, but I don't.
Like Singing in the Rain
Oh,
and
okay,
like the old school I just got done watching Fiddler on the Roof recently. Because Houston shut down for 2 weeks. What else do we have to do with our lives other than watch stuff on our phones?
Mm-hmm.
So we watched all these like old school musicals, like Frank Sinatra and Gene Autry and all the old school stuff. Those are the best. Like the new stuff every once in a while
Doesn't
you
hit.
get a good one.
Yeah, but the old stuff, it just
old
hits a little
stuff is
different.
where it's at. They just make you feel it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you like
yeah.
musicals?
I do. I like probably I want to say I like a bunch of musicals. Let's see. I like
What's your favorite?
I'm trying to recall the name of it right now for some reason. They're Into the Woods. Into the Woods.
Pretty
But
good.
the original Broadway recording of it with gosh, I'm blanking on her name, but they were in it and it was great recording.
When I was young, my mom used to go to like a lot of flea markets and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she got me started because she used to pick up musical recording CDs, like the original Broadway cast. And she would just buy these CDs for like 25 cents a piece and then come home with like 10 new recordings, like Broadway shows I'd never seen before. So I used to sit in my room as like middle schooler and just listen to these old school musicals on repeat. I could tell you where my CD skipped. I can tell you where
That's awesome.
Like if I'm listening to music now, I can still tell you where my CD skipped.
Wow.
That's how much I listen to these.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I feel like there were definitely a couple of albums because we're cut off.
Okay, and scene. Okay, first of all, everyone give them a big round of applause. Like, do we have like that sound of the crowd going wild? Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, can you hear me, both of you? Are we back on? Okay. Great job. Wow. Like, first of all, just for hanging in there, I know this wasn't easy, but you did a great job. And I don't know if you were seeing some of the comments that were happening as you were doing them, but we were asking people just their observations and what was going on. We had people rating your dates and whatnot. So before you see any of the comments, I would love first just to hear from you. How did that feel? Both, Michael, you go first, and then Allie. Just how did that feel?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
You sure Allie not first? Okay.
No, Michael, you.
Okay. It felt good. I think there were, I guess, definitely the being watched piece of it definitely came into my mind of like, how long are we doing this? Like, should we keep going and talking? But overall, I thought it went really well. I think we were vibing. I think that it was fun. It was just like relaxed, good conversation. Personally, I hope that I wasn't like asking too many questions without like talking in between. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want it to feel like an interview.
Yes, the good old interview date. Yeah.
Yeah, but so I hope that it didn't go that way. And yeah, it felt pretty natural. I don't know. That's my thoughts. I would rate it habanero out of spicy.
Spicy. Speaking of spicy, I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to talk about the fresh Jack organic spices for the two of you. Can I just show you? you know, like how perfect that this is. And this looks, actually, you can get this on Amazon. Definitely check this out. Is Fresh Jack's organic spices. And we're talking spicy. And you two both not only like spicy, but you were very spicy. Can I just say that? And there were some spicy moments that I will like get back to, but I first want to now hear from Allie. So I liked your rating. That was great. And Michael, great feedback. Allie, how about you?
Oh, I completely agree with you, Michael. That pressure of being watched was there a little bit. So there were definitely a few times I was like, oh no, do I say something? Should I step in? Should I not say something? Let me keep quiet a little bit here. But overall, I thought it was great. I was totally vibing with you the entire time. This is definitely probably the way one of my in-person dates would have gone as well.
That is awesome. That is okay. So what were some moments, and either one of you can chime in, that where it got like hard, where you were like, I'm not sure what to say, or you weren't sure like where to take it? Like, do you remember any of those moments that felt awkward or hard?
I don't necessarily feel like it was hard. Um,
Feel awkward either.
Ah, so it felt natural all the way around. Like you didn't have any of those moments. That's
yeah.
great.
Well, yeah. I think there was like a moment when I was like, oh, like I should ask a question here, or like, oh, like we should talk about something. So then instead of like being totally silent, I asked a question, or maybe I took a second.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You did. I didn't notice, Michael.
Well, and what was really interesting is, so the rating scale that people were doing in the chat, and for those of you just joining, we just had Allie and Michael go on a very organic date. This was live. They've never met. This was real. And you know, we were just like kind of rating them on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best. And what was fascinating, and I feel like this is life, like it's, you know, your two observations of being in it were definitely different than some of the people that were viewing it. And I encourage you all to think about that, you know, like we all have things that get us uncomfortable, all have things that maybe work and don't work. But the truth is that to each his own, like we all experience our own reality, basically. And so we had people say, oh my God, they're doing great, 7, 8, you know, and then there were some people who were rating you as 4. And it just shows you like how, but the two of you, which was the most important people in this room, rated it both really high, you know, for yourselves. And so that's what is really interesting. I remember Allie, and you'll remember this, and Allie and I know each other, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I had done a flirt immersion experience day. It was an all-day VIP day where my clients learned how to flirt, they learned how to date, and Allie actually had gone on another. Michael, I'm so sorry. She did go on another date with someone else. I'm so sorry to say, but it was all good. It was all practice. It was just for the purposes of the exercise. And I'll never forget, there were like, you know, half the room that was viewing your date, Allie. Do you remember this? They were like, oh my God, it's so cute. And the banter was great. And it was so flirty.
It was aggressive.
Yeah. And then there was one woman who thought you were too aggressive, right? But then the reality is that she wasn't being flirty enough on her own dates. And so what flirtation for her was actually aggressive in her mind. And so that's what is so interesting about all this is we have a discussion about it. So, yeah. Oh, Marcus, I'm going to tag you in. You're going to be next. Okay. So, I wanted to give you some of my observations and also kind of like do some breakdown of what I saw. On a really positive note, I love how you came in on a high. Allie, when you're like, where I expect a drum roll, like that was a great entry. Michael, didn't you enjoy like how playful that was?
I did.
Yeah. Yeah, like it wasn't this like dry, hi, how are you? My name's Allie. I'm Michael. Oh, so where do you live? Like, where do you go? What they did such a good job with is that banter that a lot of you saw was just this really playful way of getting to know one another, where it wasn't about having these serious questions where, like, to your point, Michael, a lot of people fall into what I call the interview style date or the Q&A sessions, right? And that's because people get caught up in firing these like questions that they could literally like read in LinkedIn, about that person. And that's why a lot of times dates become dry, too serious, too factual. And so I thought both of you did a really good job in keeping it light and playful, and especially in the beginning. Now, I think, and this is what some of the audience started seeing too, people were starting to ask, well, when are they going to get to some of the like real stuff, right? Because the banter was kind of going on for a little bit. But then Michael, you asked a really nice question about something about Allie, and I think you were trying to get to know her. And so in answer to your question about, well, I didn't want to ask too many questions, it wasn't at all. In fact, if you had not asked her a question, I think it would have stayed really too surfacey and too jokey. Allie, did you feel that moment when he asked about you?
100%. It made such an easy transition into actual date mode rather than, okay, we're just hanging out.
Yes, yeah. And I think that there was an energy shift, and I think the audience saw that too, where there was a little more nervousness in the beginning. And of course, I mean, you're in front of a live audience. So of course, like given that aside, I think in the beginning of most dates, everyone's a little bit nervous and kind of like banter, superficial. But when you broke the barrier and you asked her about her, I felt like you both relaxed into it more. The laughing became much more authentic. You guys just ended up having more of that flow that didn't seem forced. Did you guys feel that too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Michael, I don't think you asked too many questions at all. Now, another thing that you did a good job about, like you talked a little bit about work, which is sometimes a rabbit hole. I always warn people who are my clients know this, I always say, don't talk about work too much, because that can, first of all, if you're a woman, that can end up getting into a very masculine type of energy and conversation. And then it becomes really serious and dry. And for a man, then he just starts talking about the details of work, right? And so what you did a good job is if you touched upon it lightly, it was just like a tap on it, but then you made it playful, and so Allie, you had some good lines about, just things that you did with your kids and whatnot and everything. The other thing that I wanted to commend you with, you both look really nice. Right? Like, can we just give them a hand for looking good, right? Allie is in red. She knows the drill. Red always gets a lot of play from the men. I'm sure, Michael even commented on how lovely she looked. And so I'm sure you noticed Allie in her red. Yeah?
I noticed.
Yeah, you noticed. And can I just say, there was a very fiery moment that you two both met at. And it had a little to do with the spices that you guys were talking about, right? I don't remember exactly what you said. Michael, you said something that was really flirty. Do you remember what that was?
I don't, but I think I probably just said that she seemed pretty spicy.
I think
and that I like spice.
Yes.
I think I followed it quickly with that I like spice.
I think that was definitely the flavor. And Allie, you took it and ran with it. I think you like you, and here's the thing, like a lot of women might have a flirty comment said to them and they might get really scared. And Allie, I know you know the drill, and you've been working really hard on this, and you actually accepted the flirtation and you ran with it. It's like accepting the football into your hand. You didn't punt it, you ran with it. And I love that you did that, because you guys had a moment there. And even Andy and I were going, whoa, it was interesting to watch. And to me, that's the difference between having just like a nice date where, people are just saying nice things back and forth, and one that has a little bit more to it where, I want to get to know that person as a possible partner, as a possible date. And I think that is so crucial, and especially when you're first getting to know someone, is flirting. Flirting is crucial. Because if you don't flirt, it's just a nice conversation. And that's why sometimes conversations die, and that's why people never get asked out. So I have a big question for the two of you. Like, I know this was a drill and an exercise, and you two don't know each other from Adam. Would you, I love the drum roll. Oh. Would you ask her out again, Michael?
Yeah, I would.
Woohoo! Oh my gosh, it was successful. See, to me, that was a successful date, right?
It would 100% be a yes, Michael.
Oh, yay! Well, I'm happy to set the two of you up after the show so you can carry on this conversation, and maybe we'll have you back. Like, if you guys have a couple dates on your own and have you guys back, that would be kind of fun. Would you be willing to do that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Oh, Karen says habanero. Spicy. Applause, applause. All right, everybody is applauding you guys. Well, are there like just maybe some parting words of wisdom or aha moments or things that you got from tonight's date that you want to leave with? And Michael, after this, I'm going to dismiss you, and then I'm going to have Allie stay on for a little bit for some girl talk.
Cool. I don't necessarily have anything to say. Parting word?
Parting words. Like, how did it
Allie,
feel?
Allie, great conversation. Loved it. Hopefully we can do something again soon. Maybe that
I'll start
date
looking
night.
into the bands for next date.
I will
love
look
it.
into it.
Great. Like, that was another thing that you both did really well is Allie dropped the hanky, and she was like giving suggestions and ideas of like where you guys would go, what you would do together. That was awesome job. And Michael went right with it, you know? And so now the date is ending where you guys kind of left off. So that is awesome. All right, Michael, thank you so much for coming on and being vulnerable to do this. It was great.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
I'll leave.
Allie! It's so great that you're here, that you're doing this. It's so special to see you, can I just say? I wanted to obviously keep you on and let everybody know how I know you. Like, you know, Michael, I know through some work situations, and Allie and I have had the pleasure of working together over the course of a couple months together. And I would love for you to share a little bit with the audience, like, and I think this is going to blow a lot of people away.
Yes.
Given the comments that a lot of people were saying, like, because a lot of people were saying how energetic you were, how playful you were, how much fun you were.
That's all Kim.
Well, no, it's you. It is you. I just simply was like your guide, and you did the work.
You're my fairy godmother. That's what it was.
Well, maybe if you could share a little bit about like where your life was before all this, like what would have dates looked like before?
Oh, I didn't go on dates, Kim.
Right.
I never went on I was definitely the girlfriend girl. A guy would ask me out, and that would be it. It would be 2-3 years after that. I was not dating. I didn't date. I didn't know how to talk to guys. Flirting was non-existent. I didn't even know what that was. That was a foreign language. I mean, guys would talk to me and just, I'd freak out. I would freak out.
I'd love for you to share that. Like, what was the freak out for you? Like, in meaning, I know there were a lot of fears that you had and things that were kind of stopping you. What were they?
Absolutely. You know, it was always the standard, not pretty enough, not good enough. He's going to walk away. He's not going to want to stay. He doesn't like me. He's just saying that to be nice. You know, all of those standard fears that run through everyone's mind, they were all there in force. I mean, I did not a guy would say hello and I'd be like, oh my God, I don't know what do you say to that? What do you say when a guy says hello? I mean, not the fact that hello is a standard answer. That would never cross my mind. But I would panic at the drop of a hat because what do you say to a guy? They're completely foreign creatures. I don't know what to say to them.
Right, right. And I still remember that. And I remember our first call together. And I remember you being at that point where, like, on one hand, you were so fed up with not getting any kind of traction going in your love life, which was, like you said, non-existent even in your dating life. But you also had all those fears, and I think, like, what we used to call them gremlins, right? Like those things that were going on in your head about you not being good enough or pretty enough. And oh my God, Allie, I mean, I don't think I need to say this, but I'm going to say this because I know everyone's thinking this. You're absolutely stunning and gorgeous. And I love that you said that, because I think, you know, from a viewer standpoint, it might be hard for people to believe that you believed that.
100%.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like, how many of you listening have those fears, have those gremlins inside where you're saying to yourself, I'm too old. I'm not pretty enough. I need to lose weight. I should, you know, all those things that go on that we're firing away. And I love that you, like, took the plunge and signed up to coach together. And so do you remember that moment and, like, what kind of, like, caused you to really commit to yourself in that moment?
I can remember you had done a workshop with a group that I was a part of. And at the end of it, you said something to the effect of 10 minutes could change your life. And you had your 10-minute call. So at that time, I was like, I mean, what can it hurt? But by the end of our 10-minute phone call, which was supposed to be 10 minutes and ended up being like an hour,
Right.
I was like, this woman knows every aspect of my life. I think I cried like 4 times in our conversation. Like, I was just so done with who I was in that moment. I didn't like where I was. I didn't like who I was. I didn't like where I was at. And I was just so done with everything. And at that moment, I just felt like it can't get any worse. It just can't get any worse in order to get where I wanted to go. So I'm a Middle Eastern female. So all I heard is, you're 30 and you're not married? Oh, what guy's going to want that? You know, those were the things that you would hear and things like that. You know, all of these different things that are going through your mind. Oh my gosh, a guy's not going to want me if I am 30 and unmarried. I haven't been married. A guy's not going to want me if I have those extra 10 pounds. A guy's not going to want me if I'm not model thin and look like Natalie Portman and, you know, all of these things. And I was so stuck in that place of I wasn't good enough to be in a good relationship or go out and date or go out and be who I was, because I wasn't good enough as me. And to be able to go through the academy and to work with you and to be in a place with other women that were in the same place I was able to begin to let go of those insecurities and say, this is who I am. If you don't like me, I'm sorry. But you get to the place then where it is, I want someone who is going to complement my life and I don't have to change my life for them. I like who I am. And that's all there is to it now.
Oh my God, like I'm getting chills right now. First of all, I'm reading some of the, like, Fun Times just said, wow, I thought she was a professional actress. Amazing job. Like,
Sweet, thank you.
right? Like, look at just how other people are seeing you and, like, how you saw yourself, and now you're finally seeing yourself and loving yourself. It's like how I opened the show today. It's like, when you love you, that is when other people will too. And Yeah, so I would love for you to talk then what happened after, because I literally feel like I created a monster after that. This girl was getting so much action. So what happened after we started working together?
So I think we had 1 or 2 phone calls, and I had this moment where I was just full on. I mean, it wasn't even talking to a guy. It was just in passing. And I can remember we had invited him to an event we were having, and he said something to the effect of, I don't know if I'll be able to make it or something. And out of nowhere, I swear I didn't say this. I don't know how it came out of my mouth. I said, I'll make it worth your while.
I totally remember this. Yes.
And I panicked after, and I was like, okay, bye. And I texted Kim after. I can remember texting Kim, and I'm like, who am I? Who just said that? I mean, I had this moment where it came out of my mouth. I don't even have any recollection of like thinking it, saying it, nothing. And Kim was like, yes, this is what we do.
I was like, bam.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was just like, you know what? This is what we do. Okay.
This is how we do it. Oh my God. You're too young to even. Do you know that song?
I do know that song.
I love you. You're such an old soul. Like, you knew all the musicals. You know, you're awesome. Yeah. So that. And it literally, I think, started, it was like a domino effect for you. I think once you got that exposure and that positive exposure around something that was so foreign to you, that was so like anxiety provoking for you, it gave you the confidence to then do it again and then do it again. Absolutely. And then do it again. And so this woman over here, I mean, how many... I just remember a phone call where you were like, Kim, I don't even know how to keep up with my dates. Like, is there some sort of app to keep track of all my dates? Like,
I just got to the point where I was like, swipe, swipe, swipe. I mean, I was like, swipe yes to everything. I don't even care.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I think, and this is, it's kind of on the same note, but also more serious note. But I think it also helped you progress from the flirting stage into something that was a little more substantial. There was also something that you were working on that was, for me, amazing to see you blossom in. And that was like really learning how to express your feelings and be more vulnerable. You want to talk a little bit about that too?
Like I said, I'm a Middle Eastern female. We don't talk about our feelings. We don't discuss that stuff. And like I said, the first time I talked to Kim, I think I cried 3 times. I mean, that was just unnatural for me. And one of the things that Kim had me do was sit down and have an honest and open conversation with my parents that this is who I am. Just because I'm an unmarried female doesn't mean I'm any less than who I am. And to write down those feelings and to be in the moment with those feelings, which I had never done before. I had never allowed myself to be in the moment with those feelings. It was always tamp it down, push it away, I mean, you don't revel in those emotions. So to be able to give myself permission to be there in those emotions and be there in those and to allow myself to feel those feelings was a completely different emotion for me. I had never done that before.
And by doing that, how has that improved your family life and even your dating life?
Oh, it's completely changed my life. I'm now able to even recognize what I'm feeling, because when you aren't allowing yourself to be in those emotions, the only emotions you know are those big emotions: mad, sad, happy. Now I'm able to say, I went on a date with Michael. I kind of liked that. I'm going to feel flirty. I'm going to feel, coy. I'm going to, all these different emotions that you don't allow yourself to be in those moments are now starting to become a little more natural to me. So I'm able to be in those moments and actually experience them rather than retroactively look back on them.
It's truly incredible. And I think people are amazed that you weren't this way, like what we all just saw before this whole thing. And really in a short period of time too, because I mean, you know, my program is 3 months, and I know that, you know, we're going to continue somehow to work together after that. But like with each milestone and each progression and each month that went by, like you just kept growing and improving. And I know it's going to keep going that way. And I think for you moving forward, using that vulnerability and authenticity in your dates, so that after you get done with the flirty banter and after you get done with that playfulness, then allowing, you know, these guys to really be there for you and feel you. And that's where the deeper connection happens. And that's where hopefully it'll end up in a relationship one day. And I know you had dated a couple guys too after that.
I did. I actually went on quite a few dates after that before Houston shut down.
Yeah.
But it has been going really well for me. I've been really excited about the prospects and things like that. It has been such a different experience from what I was doing. I would go, a guy would say hello, and then automatically we were in a 3-year relationship. That was it. There wasn't a dating period. There wasn't a fun flirtatious period. So I'm really enjoying being in that fun flirtatious period where I'm able to go on dates, where I'm able to see where things progress and not automatically jumping into, okay, I'm a girlfriend now.
Amen. How many of you listening are a relationship person where you just get caught up into the vortex of a relationship and then you start dating like a relationship gal? I mean, I think that was another one of your like aha moments, because you were treating dating as like vetting these guys as if they were your boyfriend. Like, is this my boyfriend? Is this my boyfriend? Is this my boyfriend? Right?
Is
like,
this going to be my husband?
yes.
I
Is
mean,
this going
it
to
was,
be right?
They would say hello and I'd be like, he's not husband material. That's it.
Right.
Done.
Right. So who relates to this, what Allie is saying? Like, if this is you, I'd love to hear from you. Chime in. We have a lot of people watching, just so you know. I can see, I think everyone's just like glued to the camera right now because what you're saying is so, I think, relatable and important. And I think it gets everyone kind of stuck in their dating life why they're not progressing, because there's like different things that we have fears around, different things that we don't have experience in. And if that is you and you're listening to this and you're like, why am I stuck here? Why aren't things progressing? It usually has to do with, number one, you don't have experience around it, kind of like what happened with Allie. Or you've maybe had some negative exposure around it. You know, like maybe history has it that you were always rejected, or you get into toxic relationships, or you're always that relationship girl, like you were saying, Allie. So you didn't know how to just date without getting attached to the outcome. And I think because you learned how to do that, you also learned about you and what you like and what's good for you.
Absolutely. I was trying to be the girl I thought they wanted instead of being me. And I was so caught up in being that girl, his girlfriend, instead of being Allie.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to be me. I didn't know how to be me with a guy. And it was a huge learning curve. But once I got there, I am enjoying being me. I'm enjoying, you know, going out and being able to say unapologetically, this is who I am.
I have nothing more to say. Like that was bam! Like that is, no, that's exactly what we're talking about. And I so love you, Allie, and adore you. And it was fun for me to just sit back as a voyeur, just like the rest of the audience, to just see you shine and blossom. And like, you're not in your cocoon anymore. You poked your wings out and you are flying, like full blown fly with your wings spread, and that openness, that flirtiness that you have, it will always be with you. And even during the shutdown, and you're living in Texas, you just went through a huge huge, like horrible thing that happened to you. And look how you were able to find a shower, muster up the energy, find lights and electricity.
Lamps, you guys. The lamps are everywhere right now.
It's all about the light, which brings me to what I'm going to share with you after Allie leaves. I have a ton of products and ideas for you and how to give good Zoom so that you look and feel your best so that you too can be just like Allie and Michael on your first date. Well, Allie, thank you so much for coming on. First of all, for being vulnerable to the process of going on another voyeuristic date. Now you're getting to be a pro. I think people are going to want to see this more, right? And is there anything like you wanted to say as you head out?
My biggest thing is just let yourself do it. Like that was my biggest fear, was the rejection, but nobody cares as much as you think they care. So just let yourself do it. Go and have the fun, enjoy yourself, and just let yourself do it. Let yourself be in that moment and just do it, feel it, be there.
Just do it. I should show a Nike product right now. I'm just saying, like, Andy, do we have a Nike shoe that I can show?
Right here, Andy, right here.
Yeah, come on. So Nike, I'm just saying, I'm giving you a plug right now. I love Nike. I'm like, I live in Nike. Allie, thank you so much again. And I know I'm going to talk to you after. I hope that you don't have to boil any more water for the rest of
Got it lifted just now, so we're good.
Yay, that's a sign. All right, and I will talk to you later.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. Oh my God, weren't they amazing? Like, can we just give them yes. I mean, we have so many people who are chiming in the chat, giving, feedback, advice. And if you guys like this, y'all want me to do this again? Like, say in the chat if you guys like this. Oh yeah, we have some fun times. I just like the name of Fun Times. And again, we are on swaytvlive.com. You can see me every week. I think we like Sundays. I think we're feeling the Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. And yeah, we're partnering up with Amazon Live to bring you Kimmy's Love Hub weekly show. It's a show about dating, relating, sometimes mating, as we saw a lot of spices here on this show tonight. And yeah, like really at the end of the day, this is all about you loving you, because when you love you, that's when other people will too. So Andy, do I have time to go over some products? All right. I do want to leave you all with some cool tips about how to give good Zoom, just like Allie and Michael did. Now, we were a little limited in that Allie, had to pull together some lamps. And here's the thing. I want to first go over what to do to prepare for a date, because I think a lot of times people are going from maybe your Zoom, work meeting right into maybe a Zoom date, and you're not thinking about how to get date ready. It's really important. So this works whether you're, doing a Zoom date, whether you're doing a phone date, whether you're meeting somebody out for a social distance date. You always need to give yourself some prep time. I call it date prep plan, where you're getting into your silly, you're getting into your body. Maybe you're making a playlist, of your favorite date ready songs. You're dancing around, and you're going to put like a costume together, basically. And I call it your dating costume, so that you know exactly what to put on your body that's going to be different than your work self. Oh, is something happening over here? Excuse us as we fix this on. And I'm going to take these earphones off too, so that will be better for me, because I don't like hearing myself talk. Okay, here we are back. And so the thing that you need to get into the mindset of being in your flirty self, because if you go right from your work meetings onto a date, even if you're not moving from the chair, you're going to bring that work energy into the Zoom date, and I don't want y'all to do that. So definitely give yourself that hour so that you're getting prepped. Now, in that prep time, There are a couple things to think about. Number one, I mentioned the dating costume. Now, you have to put on something different than you had on during the day. Even if you had something really cute on, I want you to put on something different, because research shows that when you change your clothes and the clothes that you wear often shifts the chemistry in your brain, and also it makes you perform different. So you want a different performance. You want a sexy performance, right? And so by changing up your clothes and putting on, women, if you are, putting on something that feels flirty and sexy and fun, it should be colorful. That is the name of the game. So I'm gonna show you, I actually am wearing a top that I got on Amazon to get date ready myself. And this is a fantastic, fantastic top. It's it looks a little, it's so funny because when I bought this, the color looked a little bit different in the screen, but this is the top, and I just actually, I love it. It's CC Sportswear Women, and this actually comes in a lot of different colors. You can see that obviously it comes in white and blue. The blue would look fabulous in a camera too. White is a little tough, I will say. Like if you're going on screen and you're doing a Zoom date, you definitely have to be careful of wearing white, because white tends to like wash you away. And you also will, I don't know, sometimes people appear wider in the screen when they're wearing white. Newscasters know the drill. Never wear patterns. People who work with me, they know that I'm always on them. Ladies, no patterns. And guys too, I would stay away from really, really loud patterns, because it's gonna be distracting into the camera, and it also could widen you. Nobody wants to be wider. Let's face it. And I'm just gonna say, ladies, this is something why Allie wore red. I didn't even direct her to wear red, but she knows the drill, because, and I see so many people that I know, like Deirdre and Nancy, and people who know me, I always direct people to wear pink or red. Why? Because research shows that men are highly attracted to red and pink. I'm just saying. There was a study done, and it was shown that men have a physiological response to red. And I think it's because red equates fertility. I'm just saying. You can kind of get what I'm talking about, right? And so men will just be drawn to it. That's why in a profile or on a Zoom date, you should always think about something red. But this pink will definitely work. This is very attractive. It's bright, it's cheery. I would stay away from beiges, like grays, things that are gonna wash you out. This top that I'm showing you right now is great because it can fit a lot of different body types. Now, I had mentioned this before, but if you go to my site, kimmyseltzer.com, you will see that I have a free body type guide that you can download. So whether you're a man or a woman, you can understand what your body type is just simply by measuring yourself. You measure your shoulders, your waist, your hips, and that will determine what body type you are. And once you know the body type, you'll know exactly what clothes flatter you and what clothes to stay away from. So definitely check that out. And just so that you know, this kind of look works on every body type. The V-neck is very flattering. There's an openness, so I highly recommend it. Plus, if you're not into ironing, I have to say I'm not a person who irons. I'll be really honest. I'm the first one that goes to the dry cleaners. This material does not wrinkle, which I love. So when I took it out of the box, it was like this automatically. I'm all for it. So hopefully we'll be traveling in the future, and this will be a good travel shirt as well. So definitely check that out. Okay, so going back to my closet here. My Kimmy's Love Hub closet. I want to share with the men. I told you, men, I'm not leaving you out. I have something for you too. And I want to see if I have it in here. Oh, here. Oh, is this it? Okay, here we go. Okay, so men, I am obsessed with John Varvatos. And I was so excited that I saw John Varvatos on Amazon. I could not believe it. I almost fell over. If you are a man, and if there's just one designer that you should remember, that is John, because he has such a great cut, such a great look for every man, every body type. And for men, I really recommend you doing the same. Like just a nice button-down dress shirt really makes a difference when you're, giving a good Zoom date. I think a mistake that a lot of guys make is they don't pay attention to what they put on. They maybe will have like a baseball, hat on. They'll put like a jersey on. They may not like groom themselves, which will